Welcome everyone to the power of cosplay. My name is Ryan Dyke. I am from Rubber City Cosplay. We have the booth upstairs. I almost said up top, but I guess it's the same thing. Upstairs. I almost did it again. We are running the free photo booth. We're taking photos. We're doing costume contest sign-ups. And we are also hosting, I am your MC, your host, whatever you want to say, for this particular panel. Let me introduce my guest. If you want to stand up, Lex Luthor, and tell everyone who you are, what you do. Or I already just said Lex Luthor, sorry.
I'm Lex Luthor.
Well, your cosplay name and all that, too.
Well, hey, if you want that. Michael Hodgin, Far Far Away Cosplay. Probably Facebook.
Yeah, give him a round of applause, guys. He is not actually bald.
I am Dark Supergirl. I am Ashley Badgett. I am Ashen Wolf Cosplay, also on Facebook.
Very nice, very nice. Alright. Puddin'.
Hi, I'm Mason. I'm cosplaying Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad, and my cosplay name is Sapphire Zebra.
Okay. Alright guys, we originally had a PowerPoint. We were all fancy. We had a PowerPoint and everything to show you guys. But they just informed us that that's not working. So we're still going to talk about our particular journey in cosplay, the power of cosplay, but then we also want to open this up and make it a Q&A session. So start thinking about any questions you guys have about materials, fabrics, what's the best way to make a Darth Vader costume for less than $200. I have a lot of experience in that one. So if you guys have questions, just start thinking about them, and then we'll start taking them in like 10 minutes or so, okay? But first, I want to ask you guys some questions, okay? We're going to do this, okay? My first question to the three of you guys is, what is the most important thing you think you have learned from cosplaying? Michael?
Wow, I'm on the spot. Awesome. Most important thing I've learned.
Go ahead and stand up, bro.
All right. I'm loud. I'm tall. Hi. Most important thing. To be happy with yourself. To be happy with who you are, like your body type, your person. And if you want to go for a character that you love, go for it. Doesn't matter skin, weight color, it doesn't matter about anything. I wanted to do Lex Luthor.
Gender.
Yeah, there's gender. Yeah, he's good time. So I learned that, like, be yourself with it. If you want to do, like, say, Bane, but you're 160 pounds, do it. You can do different versions. You can find different ways to do it, and just be happy with it. Be happy with who you are, and don't let anybody criticize you and bring you down.
Hashtag cosplay is for all.
Hashtag.
Correct?
Yeah.
Correct?
That.
Ashley, what do you think you have learned the most about cosplay? Something, it can be personal, it can be something that you just have noticed with other people, but what do you think you've learned from doing cosplay?
What I've learned with cosplay?
How to sew.
Yeah. Kind of knew a bit about that before, but I've learned more. I've learned to expand my field, learning to work with different materials. But one of the biggest things I've learned is, like, this is for the kids. Like, as much as it's for you, be there for the kids. If a little kid looks at you like you are the world to them, take that picture with that kid.
Some little girl came up and, like, full-on hugged you this morning, right?
Yeah, she, like, ran up, like, grabbed me around the legs and was just like, I'm just gonna hug you. And I was like, okay, do you want a picture? And they're like, yes, I want a picture. I've seen too many people turn children away because they don't like kids, or, they don't want them touching their cosplay. And that's fine. If you work really hard and you don't want a kid touching it, that's fine. But you can still take a picture with the kid. Don't turn them away, because to them, you are the world.
Mm-hmm.
You are that character when you embody that person. And so that's kind of what I learned.
By the way, guys, that is a homemade Evil Supergirl costume. That is all made from scratch. She's been sending me, like, photos of her doing it, and I swear, I think she was, like, gonna full-on have Evil Supergirl strength and, like, throw someone through a wall at some point for that costume.
Kryptonite.
Mason, same question.
Same question. The most important thing cosplay has taught me was to love myself, because before this, I had a lot of people tell me that I was too thin, which is, like, a really crazy thing to hear. And, like, I started off, like, super conservative with my cosplay. You remember that. Like, my first was Princess Anna, and then...
Head to toe.
And then the next year, I was doing Kita from Atlantis, which, you guys
Not
see
head to
Atlantis
toe.
Lost Empire, she's very revealed. So it taught me to, like, look at my body in the mirror and be like, hey, I look great. And I feel like that's the way everyone should be able to look at themselves in their cosplays, to look at themselves and be like, wow, I look incredible. You know?
Guys, a real quick question. We can just like a fast action, like, you know. How long have you been cosplaying?
2014.
Okay.
Last year, almost a year to the day, 2015.
About 3 years, I think.
I have been, this is my 5th year. Because I have made it, I'm one of those old people that have like all the badges to each con. I have been to every Comic-Con, every Akron Comicon since the beginning. They spelled my name wrong on the first staff one. It's pretty funny. But I have been my first one was a suit and a tie and a black mask, and I was Black Mask from Batman. Cosplay, you can start anywhere. You can start, I mean, you really can. You can start with, I tell a lot of people, an easy way to get into making costumes is to not only pick someone you love, but pick an easy costume. And what I say about that is Marty McFly from Back to the Future. That is 2 trips to the thrift store. Literally, it took me 2 trips to the thrift store. Draco Malfoy, a trip to the thrift store, and you have to make a wand. You know what I mean? The easy costumes that everyone can make. You don't have to be Bane, you don't have to be Batman, you don't have to wear a bald cap. Whatever you want to do, just do it, okay? All right, you guys got anything else you want to talk about, or we'll start taking some questions? Oh, Michael does. Go
I want
ahead.
to say something. Never be discouraged if you like go out and you buy a cosplay, or you go out and purchase certain things and put them together to make your outfit. Is that door open?
That was really scary. I know we're supposed to be superheroes or whatever. I almost peed myself, or I was really scared there for a second. I didn't even reach for the sword. I went for Michael. I was like, Michael, save me. What's up, guys? It is legit Dick Tracy. Dick Tracy, come show everyone.
I've been upstaged.
Hey. How you guys doing? Doing good? You got any words for our listeners here about cosplay and dressing up or anything like that?
Live it, love it.
Powerful worlds. Guys, give him a round of applause. Sorry, Michael, you were saying, sorry?
Something regarding that. Never feel bad that you went out and you purchased a cosplay rather than making it from scratch. Like if you're out with like at a con and you see a bunch of people, yeah, I made it, you bought it. Think about this. You spent all that money on that cosplay, okay? You had to work to get that money. How many hours did you put in at your job for that money, and then looking up all the research to do that? So it's cosplaying still. You're helping fund somebody else who can do that, who can stitch, who can like mold or craft foam and whatnot. So you're still supporting the industry of cosplay, and you're just enjoying the character that you had. So if you can't make a full Supergirl outfit, I wish I could sew like that. But if you can't do that, kudos to you for going out and buying one. It's just the love of cosplay and however you want to do it. So never be discouraged if you go out and buy something rather than make it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, I got one quick question for you guys. I know this is hard. This is like trying to choose like your favorite child as a parent. What is one of your favorite cosplays that you've done? I know, this is, like I said, it's like picking a favorite child.
It changes every time you ask this question.
I think so too. For me too. I'm like, oh wait, I think it changes. For me, I'll go first. Give you guys some time to think. I think my favorite one is Star-Lord. Because I'm like, that's me. I love, like, that character. I feel like that's fits me so much. I bought the jacket. It's a leather jacket. I can't sew leather. But, like, the gun holsters and all that stuff, yeah, I made that. And then we went and did a photo shoot where I ran around Kent. No, it was Kent. It was Kent State, and people were giving me weird looks, and I was just like shooting them Star-Lord looks back. I think my favorite one was Star-Lord. Michael? I don't do them a lot.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
I'm gonna do yes.
Gamora.
Oh, for me, probably Captain America.
Okay.
That's one I really love doing.
Mm-hmm.
Kids love that too. Come up to you, and they really think you're Steve Rogers, so it's really awesome.
Oh gosh, it changes every time. It always seems for me to be like, oh, what's the one I just finished? Because I want to wear that one like to bed, to work. I want to wear it to the movies. I want to wear it to go get Taco Bell. You know. But I think what I've kind of really surprisingly fell in love with was Black Widow, which I only completed just a few months ago. Also was bought because I can't sew leather. I've killed my machine trying. So I think that is probably my favorite so far. I like embodying the character.
Mason.
This one's probably gonna surprise you.
Okay, wait. Can I guess?
You can.
Okay. Misty.
No, I do like Misty. I don't wear Misty enough.
Suki.
Not Suki either.
Kita.
Not Kita. You've done your 3 guess, 3 strikes. You're out.
Dang
You're
it.
done. I think my favorite has to be Zarina from the Pirate Bay.
Oh.
I know. I was like, you're not gonna guess this one.
That's a good one.
I worked on that cosplay to make it happen for like 3 years, and it finally happened this year. And she's been like my favorite Disney character forever.
Again, guys, we had a PowerPoint. We would have shown you all these photos. So just imagine Zarina, the pirate fairy, just as
Not looking
Mason.
like, yeah.
It's pretty legit.
And then it's her.
Yeah.
It's pretty legit. The wings and everything, the sword.
It was great. Okay, guys, I'm going to start asking you guys for some questions. If you have one, raise your hand. Go. Someone. Anyone. No one yet?
First.
Okay, I'll go. Oh, I got one! All right, perfect. Do the dual lightsaber.
What's your least favorite cosplay?
He asked, what is your least favorite cosplay that we've done?
I go first.
Okay, least favorite cosplay we've done. Okay, I'll go first, and I will say my least favorite that I did, and this again, I think, oh man, this is not good.
I figured out one if you were
Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, I love the character, and I was gonna enjoy doing it, but how we did it was Voldemort. Okay, that was my
Stand up.
first, That was my okay. sorry. That was my first run with a bald cap ever, and I did not know what liquid latex was, so masking tape and cotton balls is what happened to my face all day. Okay. Imagine sneezing in that. Okay, I did like that 3 times. That sucked. I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I didn't. So that's my least favorite.
Someone else go, because I can't think.
Top that.
I have a least favorite.
Go ahead.
Sure. I have a love-hate
Stand up.
relationship with it. Sorry, because it was my first. I love Anna to death, but I also hate it because as a children's entertainer, I was Anna literally for like 3 years of my life, and I can't escape it now. So it just like it follows me everywhere. Whenever they're like, "We need an Anna," it's always like, "She can do it." I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to do it anymore." Like I've done it for so long, it's like an old routine to me now.
Really good.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I go. I think my least favorite, and sometimes I don't even like to qualify it because it was such a last minute, when my mother decided to say, "Hey, guess what? You're gonna go to Comicon today." I was like, "Sweet! People dress up for that, right? Let's dress up." And I tried to pull off Dean from Supernatural, gender bend, and kind of a closet last minute. Nothing wrong with that, but with literally 2 hours notice, I was just kind of like, hey, not really my favorite, but I know.
Okay, wait, I know mine now. Okay, when I first met Mason, the last Hobbit movie was coming out, and she invited me to a premiere.
Oh no.
I love this story.
And she goes, so we have a Gandalf, we have the dwarves, we have all that. And I go, I'll do Legolas. Okay. At that point, I had just been laid off from my job, so I had a lot of free time. So I was like, great, it was like in 2 days. They go, yeah, I can do that in 2 days. So I went and bought the fabric, and at that point, this is gonna sound so janky, I moved my bed into my living room because I was unemployed, so I was literally just staying up all night playing video games. So I used my bed as a table, the box spring. And I went to mold some stuff for Legolas, and first of all, I used a heat gun and burnt through my bed. Then I didn't know what patterns were at that point. I didn't know you can go to the store and buy a pattern that shows you how to cut fabric to make it form-fitting. So I sewed together a Legolas tunic, and it was like this. No joke. It was like that. And then
It gets so much better.
and then I was just gonna use like green pants and stuff that I had for him. And the night of the event, I went to go wear it, and the pants didn't fit me anymore. They were like too short. This way too short, not too short this way too short. It was, I didn't wear it. I didn't go out in public with it. I put it on and then walked around my house and went, I don't like this, and called Mason and was like, I'm sick. I'm not going. It was not good.
I'm hanging out with a friend, I'm not going by.
I did. It was not good. But that was, even though I didn't complete it, I still was, in the process of making it. So I do still consider that as a cosplay, I could, at one point, go back and pull that out of the closet. I'm not. And do it. So that would be my least favorite. That's a great question. That's a hard question. But it's a great question. Anyone else got any questions? Ooh, Casey.
What's the best way to make like armor?
Armor? Okay. Anyone else had any experience making armor?
I'm tapping out.
Tapping out?
I actively avoid working with craft foam.
All right. Michael?
I tried. I'll repeat that. I tried. Yeah, I still. A good thing maybe is work with foam. From what I know and someone of doing it, foam and a heat gun, and try to mold it the best you can in the shape that you want. And it's good then after you're done heating it to hold it down so it like keeps that shape rather than expand and then harden back, and then you're just in a circle going over and over with it. So. That's the best I got. Sorry, guys.
Okay, I have very little experience with armor. Darth Vader, of course, has like the shoulder that I've made. The first thing I would suggest is looking at actual like airsoft armor, seeing if you can find pieces that already work. A lot of times I tell people go to like Play It Against Sports, go to the thrift store. Another great place you can find materials, and this is gonna sound crazy, is an army surplus store or a gun show. They have they just boxes full of old pieces and parts that are great. But for making actual armor out of craft foam, one tip that I have is make the first layer and use duct tape, right? And then glue a second layer on top of the duct tape to hide the duct tape, but you can use the duct tape to form whatever you need to make. That's how I did his shoulder armor for Darth Vader, was I molded it, duct taped it so it was tight, and then glued over the duct tape to hide it. So.
Also test your glues because I have had glue leak through foam. Like,
Stand up and say that.
it's like careful with your glues. Anytime with like craft foam, like test the piece on the side first. Because I was making my Padme shins and shin guards, and I went through like 3 different brands of super glue because it kept eating through my foam. And it would be like all of a sudden, oh, you got this massive hole in your foam. Cool. Now I got to start over again.
Right.
So just test that on the side. I haven't found one specifically that works better than others. It depends on the foam.
Ugh. Okay, anyone else? Thank you, Casey. Good question. Anyone else? Anyone? Shoot. Tick in the back. Do you have any questions for us?
No, I do not, chum.
Oh, man.
Just happy to be here with all of you fine citizens.
Dude, guys, he's hosting the costume contest. He's going to do that voice all day. It's going to be great.
That's right, chum.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Anyone else? All right. No? I got some questions I'll shoot out. Oh, Joker, yes.
How long does it take to make a costume from scratch?
Okay. Ashley, how long did it take you to make that costume from scratch?
Well, the point is, if you don't procrastinate on it, which I have a really bad problem with doing. Same.
Same.
So like a lot of people I know, I procrastinate. I think it took me about 2-3 weeks with procrastinating if I had all the time in the world and actually could stay focused, but sometimes, you get that little bit of ADD, you're working on a project, now you gotta do something else first. You could probably get it down to a week if you really could, the person who could stay driven to get it done. It also depends on what you're making. This is double-lined 4-way stretch fabric, which I've never used until today, or this costume.
Last night.
Last night. It's not as hard as I thought it would be to work with. Everyone says 4-way stretch is super hard to work with. Secret tip, don't use a straight seam if you don't have to. Use the zigzags. It continues to let it stretch a bit. So that's a nice little tip of 4-way. But
Mason, you made a Suki costume from Avatar.
I don't want to show it.
You made it from scratch.
No, I'm just kidding. The thing about Suki was that I thought Suki was literally going to take me 24 hours because I had a base pair of pants and a base top, so all I had to do was make like the gloves and all this other stuff, and I was making Sokka on top of that for my boyfriend. But then I also had school and other adult responsibilities to take care of, so I pulled an all-nighter the night before Fan Appreciation Weekend to finish Suki. I don't recommend it. Don't stay up all night to make your costumes. It's not worth it. But it's like what Ashley said. It really all depends on your build and like your experience level. Because Suki was really easy. That could have taken me 24 hours. I just was dumb and decided to wait until the last minute. But I think it really depends on your experience with cosplay, on how long it will take you.
And always, sorry, just to add to that, always make sure you leave extra time. You think, go, oh, this section of this project will only take me like an hour or two. Double that, sometimes triple that, because more than likely when you think, oh yeah, it'll take me this short time just to knock it out, yeah, then that's when you run into bumps in the road because you're trying to rush it. So always multiply how much time you actually think you need.
Question. Ooh, yes.
I'm the crazy person who builds kaiju suits. So for me, it's a 5 or 6 month affair.
Wow.
And that's if I don't get sent off to too many conferences, or substations don't catch fire, and I have to run all the way out to
What do you do?
I
Substations catch on fire.
I work for the power company.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And you're gonna be a kaiju?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I did Baragon last winter and spring, and this spring, and that took 5 months to do. I'm starting on the next one, and that should be ready in time for conventions in March.
I mean, yeah, my Darth Vader costume took me 2 months to make, but that's because it was new stuff. I had never sewed with faux leather. I had it made. Wow. What's up? How you doing? Coming in? Yeah, it's a great crowd. We're doing a cosplay panel. You have any experience with cosplay? He does not.
You know, it's great to be back.
Thank you.
Line you up over here first.
Well,
Yes.
kind of. We already have the details.
Okay.
We're lining them about. We got it.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir. We've been telling them all day.
I want to get them on film before they come on stage.
Sounds good. We'll do that.
So if you're ready.
We'll talk later. Talk later. After this. We're on a panel right now.
Well, kill it!
Thank you. Give him a round of applause. Or not. Okay. So, anyone got any other dual lightsaber? I see it.
I actually had this problem for this cosplay. How would you make a retractable lightsaber or weapon like that?
Buy one.
yeah.
I honestly, I don't think there's any, unless you have a 3D printer, I don't think there's any good way to do that.
I did make one with a paper towel roll that recently broke the day before today.
Oh no.
So I did have one, but it didn't last.
I would say paper towel rolls would be a good thing to do, but retractable, yeah, unless you have a 3D printer, I think that'd be really hard to do with just stuff laying around the house, unless anybody else has any other.
I know someone who's working on trying to figure that out,
Yeah.
but he's not close. Like, he's trying to figure it out.
YouTube videos? Great. Sir.
There's an online
Ma'am.
website called the Replica Prop Forum.
Okay.
They have a huge thread about making like.
Wait, stand up and tell everyone that.
There is an online forum called the Replica Prop Forum, and they have a huge thread about making retractable lightsabers.
That's
There
where
you
we
go.
went to make Graham's Hawkeye vest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes, they give you like step-by-step pictures and tutorials on how to do costuming. So, like if you're really lost, like the RPF will help you.
Okay, so we got about 4 or 5 minutes left. Let's just shoot out some tips, the 4 of us. Some things that you would tell someone who's maybe first starting to get into cosplay. For me, I'm going to say this. Go to the thrift store. You can find pieces and parts at the thrift store. Found this jacket there. Nothing else on this costume. But, oh wait, I found the boots there too. But go to the thrift store. Check out, if you need to find pieces, always look around at your house. You can find little pieces and parts from anything. Another thing I would suggest is to, whatever cosplay you do, make sure it's one that you love. Make sure you love the character. And until you start doing them to do groups with other friends who just want you to be this person because you look like this person. I'm looking at you, Mason. Pick characters that you love. Alright? I mean, seriously. People that you think you are as a person. You know, that fits your personality. Okay. Michael is Lex Luthor. Alright, what about you, Mike? Stand up. What do you got?
Don't be discouraged when you look at others and if you see that they have like an extravagant cosplay. Everyone starts somewhere. So, I mean, look to others for inspiration rather than to be discouraged. And then just have fun with it. Short.
I agree with Ryan. Check thrift stores first. Start with, like you said, something basic. Something like, you know, you definitely think that you could finish in a day. It helps build your confidence and then going on to the next. You know, don't start with something like, I mean, who knows? Maybe you have the skill to build a full, you know, Iron Man Hulkbuster suit in the first time cosplay. You know, if you can, go for it, sure. But you know, most of us can't just say, "Oh yeah, I'll build that all from scratch." I know how to do that, sure. You know, start with something like a Tony Stark. You know, figure out the facial hair. Go get a suit from the thrift store. You know, if you love that character, and then build up towards that. You know, start by building pieces and then add to it. You know, don't drown yourself right away.
No.
You don't have to jump off that top diving board right away. It's okay.
Mason?
I guess my tip would be don't give up. You're probably going to be building something, and halfway into it, you're going to be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do this. I'm over it. But, like, don't give up. If something doesn't work, try something else. I went through 7 different techniques to make Kiki Brew from Kiki's Delivery Service. Sometimes things don't work. Glues don't work. Craft foam doesn't work. Your sewing machine doesn't work. But, like, don't stop just because it got hard. Like, keep trying until you figure out what works. A lot of people just give up on their costumes, and if you can keep on going, keep going.
Vito, real quick.
Yeah, one thing you said, just focus on one thing.
Guys, we have words of wisdom from Batman. Batman, please stand up.
Right. The Dark Knight Rises.
I knew I had you on this panel for a reason. All right.
He said, focus on one thing. Don't focus on one thing and then just forget about it. Because in the end, you'll start coming up with other ideas and start putting everything together. Just focus on one thing, get that thing done, and then you get the next thing done.
Thank you. Words of wisdom from Batman. Mike, what do you got?
Don't wear your costume like the day after you've built it to try to get into a costume contest, because something will fall off of it.
Is this from personal experience, Mike?
Ish. That's why I gave you the ticket Grand Rapids 2 weeks ago and knew everything I had to do to make the antenna stay up instead of flopping over all the time, and I was still having problems with it even today. So give it a trial run somewhere that you don't really care about, or walk around the block in it, especially if it's a big build with a lot of foam. Find everything that's wrong with it as you try to move around, then go back and fix it, and then put it into a costume contest where you're not going to run into the issues that you know are just going to mortify you when you get up on stage and you're really trying to show off something you spent all this time on.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Oh, wait, real quick. Dual lightsaber.
Darth Mantis. Just to add to that, my pants actually did rip today.
Oh, no.
Then I'll rip more later.
Oh, no. Always having a small sewing pack is always another great idea. Guys, I want to thank you to everyone. I thank you to my guests. Guys, give them a round of applause. They are amazing. They do great work. Again, this is Michael from Far Far Away Cosplay, Ashley from Ashen Wolf Cosplay, and Mason from Sapphire Zebra. My name is Ryan Dyke. I'm from Rubber City Cosplay. Guys, that PowerPoint we were talking about, we're going to put that up later as a video. It has lots of really great pictures and stuff on there. It'll be on Rubber City Cosplay on the Facebook page. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. If you were signed up for the costume contest, they are lining people up right outside. Contest itself will follow at 5 if you wish to view it and check it out. The door opened again. Thank you guys again for coming out, and enjoy Akron Comicon.